Peter Dawson, April 11, 1892 March 24, 1963 was a Canadian minister, politician and member of the Legislative Assembly of Alberta. Dawson was born in 1892 in Scotland. After attending schools and briefly working as a labourer and an apprentice to a butcher in Maybole, Dawson immigrated to Canada at the age of 18 with his brother, James Dawson. Shortly after arriving, he took up residence in Ontario where he worked in the automobile profession for 7 years until moving west to Alberta in 1918. Following his decision to settle in Calgary, he found employment as a butcher and interest in missionary work. His residence in Calgary, however, didn't last long, as 5 years later, he moved to the nearby capital city of Edmonton, where he attended Prebysterian schooling. Ordained as a minister of the United Church in 1927, he soon was called in 1928 to Sedgewick, where he remained for 2 years, before getting called to Champion. Although not intending to have a career in politics, a group of citizens persuaded him to run in the 1935 election, in which he defeated United Farmers member of the Legislative Assembly MLA Oran McPherson by 66% of the vote. In 1937, Dawson was appointed Speaker of the Legislative Assembly of Alberta. During his 26-year tenure, from 1937 until his death in 1963, he witnessed and presided over many events, such as the first instance of crossing the floor in Alberta, and naming a fellow MLA for remarks made at a provincial official. He also witnessed 2 royal visits to Alberta from 2 different monarchs, King George IV in 1939, and Queen Elizabeth II 20 years later, in which he presided over the installation of a fountain in the legislature's rotunda. After dying in office in 1963, Dawson was honored with a state funeral, attended by many prominent citizens of Alberta.